He needs to keep on doing that, keep the scoreboard ticking over, keep the pressure on, and it all came from a good diagonal kick by Wilkinson into the corner. Tonga couldn't secure their line out.
A slight problem there to Pierre Hola. Wilkinson 6 points, England now 11, and in the lead against Tonga. There certainly has been a tough battle so far as Tonga restart. This time it's Mark Cueto, left-footed, just slices it slightly, goes into touch. There's Cueto, plays for the Sale Sharks, of course, same club that Jason Robinson used to play for, but Robinson, unfortunately, looks as though he probably won't take any further part in the World Cup because of that hamstring problem he suffered earlier. He was hoping actually this would be his comeback game, but it wasn't to be. So Tonga have the ball at the line. Nilalatu once again is there, just waiting for it to come back as Sione Tuipulotu. A good pick up from Aleki Latui. Now Tonga, Pierre Hola back on his feet. Good tackle on Apele Taioni, but Hufanga, it was, took it on a couple of extra meters. England have stolen it though. That was a good kick this time by Gumasel, and it means that Lilo is really on the back foot. He's going to have to be quick. Paul Saki it was who is charging down that Tongan kick, so England will have the throw-in, and we're inside Tonga's 10-meter line.
And England, this last 10 minutes of the half, they really need to control the possession, control the pace, and that's exactly the right thing for Gumasel to do. Again, Taioni was just a little bit flat on that pass, couldn't control it. Good steal by Wilkinson, of course his former Newcastle teammate.
That was a good tackle there on Tuipulotu, but this guy can really motor, Joseph Vaca. So that was the first line out, I think, that England had actually lost, and not a particularly good bit of handling there by the English players. And somebody took a clout on the head. Lewis Moody once again.
The ball hit me, England ball. Hit me, it's an England ball.
Well, his teammates sometimes wonder whether there's anything inside there, but he puts his body in places where a lot of people wouldn't.
Here we are. Here's the mark.
Tremendously committed.
He took a real clout, didn't he, right at the beginning of the game when Fungakoto Lilo belted him on the head with a knee after clearance by the Tongan fullback. Nick Easter it was with a ball there in his hands, and England have got a penalty.
Well, I expect Corrie will call for Wilkinson. Keep that scoreboard ticking over.
Yes. Stretch
the lead.
Wilkinson, just recently, another 3 points closer to this world record, or Rugby World Cup record score of Gavin Hastings. Just to let aficionados know, Gavin Hastings' Rugby World Cup record over the years, 227 points, and before this game, Wilkinson was 21 points short, so it's not out of the question we could see a new Rugby World Cup record here this evening. What do you think? Can he do it?
Well, it all depends on whether Tonga hang on for these final few minutes of the first half. I think if Wilkinson does continue to stretch the lead, then you think Tonga might just fragment in the final 20, final quarter. But they're working very hard at the moment.
So Johnny Wilkinson aims to stretch England's lead to 4 points. He's pushed it, but it scrapes inside that left-hand post as a huge cheer goes up around the Parc des France, and now England are leading by 14 points to 10. Just gives us a chance to catch up with Robbie Knock down on the touchline. Great atmosphere here, but any movement amongst the replacements before half-time?
Well, Paul, I don't think there'll be any direct changes just yet. We'll wait until the second half for that, but they're keeping themselves warm, of course, because it's a bit of a frisky night, but we'll expect changes in the second half, Paul. But, the fans are motivated, and they're getting a good, they're getting their money's worth for this match so far, 14-10 for England.
I think we've all got the best seat in the house, haven't we?
It's not too bad, is it?
Cheers, Robbie. We'll talk to you a little bit later on. Meanwhile, Tonga inside England's 22. They haven't been there too often during this half. A good little run, though. Once again, it's that man, Hufanga, who scored Tonga's try earlier on in this half. And he really, really is elusive. Good, strong runner, being well supported by Pelitaini, who knows a lot of these England players very, very well indeed. So right in front of the post now. Yeah, Hola, I'm just looking for him just to see whether he's going to hang back and have a shot at goal himself. But Tonga just lined up, or the forwards, just shielding that ball from Pierre Hola. But once again, it was dropped. Near goes Paul Saki. Can Paul Saki get away from England? Yes, he can. A dramatic last-minute try for England. Paul Saki's second. He really has stolen the march on the Tongans there, because that will make a big, big difference going into half-time. What a good try by Paul Saki.
Well, you just sense that the momentum is beginning to shift England's way. The forwards have done a good job, and actually that time it was just poor handling, poor passing by Tonga. They dummied the little setup, and then, well, it was a poor there, and Vaka couldn't take it off his bootlaces. And Paul Saki, you know, no one's going to catch him with a 10-metre start. Well finished.
Well, certainly, if there was any doubt at all about his first try, there was no doubt at all about that one. The Wasp Flyer does it again for England. And that is certainly a more healthy scoreline for the world champions than it was at the beginning of this second half of the first period of 40 minutes. Wilkinson, big left-footed kick. And certainly the touch judges there looked at each other, but the flag stayed down, so no addition to the score. But that certainly has made a big difference, David.
Well, it has. It was just untidy by Tonga, just slight greasy surface, may have made it difficult to take, but it wasn't a great pass, which is a shame, because they were beginning to get a little bit of pressure on England, and you know, the English midfield defence still not looking particularly secure in my view.
So Tonga restarting, and certainly that try by Paul Saki has shown what potential he has got. He rose up through the ranks of the under-21s and the England Sevens team, as Pierre Hola just pushes Johnny Wilkinson away. Back inside now to Hufanga. You just get the impression, as Finamaka goes on a bit of a charge there, that they're going to pull out all the big stops now to try and score before half-time. Halatipoli onto the captain, Nililatu. But England could well come away with this one. Just hunting for the ball there. Gamasul looks back to Josh Lucy. Just takes it himself. He's obviously had a word with the referee. And so the referee has blown for half-time. And certainly it was Tonga that started off quickest. But at the end of the first half, England are leading by 19 points to 10.